Devraj Gowda, leader of the Karnataka BJP, the whistleblower, is here with us first. And thank you for joining us. We spoke a little while earlier. So I'm going to ask you, sir, you have said that you gave details of this individual's alleged sexual misdemeanors to the BJP High Command. Who did you give it to? When did you give it to? Tell us a little bit about that.
मैं बीजेपी नेता मोदी जी, अमित शाह जी, नड्डा जी और अरुण जी को मैं लेटर लिख के भेज दिया था थ्रू ईमेल में, मगर ईमेल में डिलीवर नहीं हुआ और रिटर्न हो गया। इसलिए मैं मेरा कागज हमारा पार्टी प्रेसिडेंट विजेंद्र को लिख के मैं व्हाट्सएप भेज दिया। इसमें गलत क्या हुआ, वो व्हाट्सएप नहीं देखा विजेंद्र, वो कम्युनिकेशन नहीं हुआ, इसलिए प्रॉब्लम हुआ। मैं क्या चिट्ठी लिख के वो हाईकमांड को नहीं पहुंचा हो।
So this was a matter of applying but getting no reply, or applying and it all got lost in the ether. Mr. Gowda, let me ask you, if you knew all of this, why did you not go to the police? ठीक है, बीजेपी ने आपका दरवाजा बंद कर दिया, आपका मेल नहीं पहुंचा, कहीं ईथर में गायब हो गया। ओके, फेयर इनफ। आप पुलिस के पास क्यों नहीं गया?
मैं क्यों जाना हो? पुलिस के सामने जाने की जरूरत क्या है? ये मैं तो पार्टी है क्या? मैं तो एडवोकेट है, मैं पुलिस के पास क्यों जाना हो? ये किसका मामला है? वो दूसरा सेक्स स्कैंडल का, वो हम पुलिस के पास जाने की जरूरत नहीं है ना।
नहीं, अभी तो सामने आ रहा है कि इसमें सिर्फ सेक्स स्कैंडल नहीं है, इसमें सेक्सुअल मिसडिमीनर्स हैं। ये इनका नॉन कंसेंसुअस चल रहा था रिलेशनशिप। तो मैं आपसे पूछना चाहता हूं, obviously, why not have gone to the police? Did you not know about this?
सुनिए, मैं एडवोकेट वो केस में, मेरा कक्षीदार क्या बोलता है वो करने का मेरा ड्यूटी है। मैं कोर्ट में लड़ने के लिए मेरे को वकालत दिया वो कार्तिक ने, कोर्ट का काम मैं करता हूँ। मैं पुलिस के पास जाने का और दूसरा के पास जाने की जरूरत नहीं है। वो ये मेरा ड्यूटी है, मैं पार्टी नहीं है, ये पॉलिटिकल पर्सन नहीं है। ये केस में वो कार्तिक का एडवोकेट है, एडवोकेट का काम क्या है वो करना है वो।
अच्छा, तो आप कोर्ट में गया, अब स्टेट गवर्नमेंट को आपने इन्फॉर्म भी नहीं किया?
मैं जाने की जरूरत नहीं है। वो विक्टिम कौन है वो जाना पड़ेगा। वो क्लाइंट क्या है, वो कार्तिक वो जाना पड़ा था, मैं क्यों उसके पास जाना?
Thank you, Mr. Gowda. You have actually thrown up more questions with your answers. Let's open this up. Thank you, Mr. Gowda. Thank you. We'll come back to you later, but let me just open this up. Now, let me first begin with Abhijit Iyer-Mitra. Abhijit Iyer-Mitra, look, what do you make, first of all, by what this Mr. Gowda is saying? Because he has been sort of propped up by the Congress and the state government there as the instrument, the whistleblower on whom the BJP turned its back for coalition compulsions, political compulsions. Now, you heard this man, and I find it very strange that he didn't exercise his discretion.
I've honestly never heard a more bizarre explanation than that, Rahul, that he's an advocate and why should he go to the police? In fact, being an advocate, he should know that he has a duty to report criminality like that to the police. There's been a very serious breach here of professional ethics on his part, in my opinion, if he is an advocate, number one. Number two, I don't think anybody is nobody is coming out of this smelling of roses. There seems to be guilt and fault on every side out here. Starting from the very first when this was raised, to the continuing ignoring of this problem. It gets even worse, Rahul, because I know for a fact during my own enquiries here, that the gentleman, Mr. Revanna's house here was apparently done up, quote unquote, as a Studio 54 sex pad. And several MPs had visited him, knew about it. He was boasting about it to them, including several very famous, feminist, quote unquote, MPs. And they all used to find it hilarious. And because he was very rich, they were completely taken in with all his wealth and money and things like that. So the complicity of this is actually multi-party. Let's remember that. We are discussing this now. Right now, the burden of guilt is on the BJP. Let's make no mistake about it. But the Congress exactly doesn't have clean hands with which it can throw stones at other people. And there are several other parties sitting. I just want you to go to several serving MPs and ex-MPs Twitter accounts and see if any of them are willing to open their mouths about this.
Now, this is Tanveer Ahmed Saab. You're a Congress leader. I want to ask you, how does this work? This matter, it's not as if it's come out of the blue. It went up to the courts also last year. The courts passed an injunction. Surely someone's antennas would have gone up, at least in the state government, to say, hello, there are these sex tapes. And I mean, we all know how sex tapes play out in the Indian political sort of firmament. So they're great ammunition to go out there and discredit a politician and his reputation. But the Congress keeps quiet. There's no attempt to even sort of, the state government there is also not looking at how to vacate that injunction. No women's group, no state women's commission gets into it. And now suddenly, during election time, peak of election time, I'm not saying this person is not guilty, viewers. I'm just questioning the timing. You wake up now, you assume the moral high ground. This looks opportunistic. The BJP, of course, put the coalition before. You seem to be putting your politics over your principles.
Absolutely not, Rahul. Let's really understand the chronology of the events. On this, about a few weeks and a few months ahead of election, no political tool from Congress at all. Who was the one who distributed these pen drives? It is his own driver. Who was the one who? It is the own Karyakartas of JDS. And actually blaming here, Congress did nothing. See, we need to really understand. And a senior advocate like Brijesh Kalapa is sitting, and I'm sure he is going to put more lights. If at all any woman would have come there and to complain, saying that this is really done, I'm sure as soon as a letter which was returned to the women commissioner here in Karnataka, she immediately wrote it to the chief minister, and chief minister immediately formed an SIT. There is no question about the onus of responsibility on Congress, because Congress have absolutely done what a mature government definitely needs to do. Today, the Deputy Chief Minister of Karnataka came in public and he said, the matter of Prajawal Revanna, we will discuss it later, but the protection of modesty of the women of Karnataka, of Hassan, is far more important. Okay. And that's exactly what Congress is worried about today.
No, but let me ask you. You said, let's look at the chronology, Mr. Ahmed. So I'll take you back. The driver came out in 2023, December. A few days later, the BJP leader J.D. Gowda raises the matter, accuses Prajwal of sexually exploiting women. Now, this is a BJP leader doing it. He claimed right now, and you heard him, that I wrote to everybody from the Prime Minister upwards, downwards, but somehow the emails didn't reach them. Now, I don't know how that happens in today's day and age, unless you deliberately write the wrong email address and it bounces back. But there is no concept of return to sender, let me tell you. And secondly, he says, I didn't need to go to any place. The matter then hits the courts. Injunctions are sought. And are you telling me that the Congress government curiosity wasn't piqued and they didn't say that, okay, let me get the state women's commission to at least begin a probe or send us show cause notice to this chap?
The very reason, actually, with my limited understanding today, the 5 guarantee program, which has really worked tremendously here in Karnataka, Congress was totally confident that it is going to win election, it is going to face the people of Karnataka on the basis of its contribution and future programs, not with some cheap pen drives and